Just begin laying on your back in a comfortable position, finding your breath, finding stillness, settling in, and just letting your breath roll through you naturally, not trying to make it anything different than it is. Letting the mind settle. Bringing our awareness to our root chakra called our Muladhara, which starts at the very end tip of our tailbone. Our Mula Bandha muscles, the muscles of our pelvic floor, those muscles, that is our root chakra. So just bringing awareness to our root. Our root chakra is a space that's the place of safety and security, stability, our foundation that we build on. And so, if our root chakra isn't grounded and balanced, we'll feel off kilter. So, coming to our breath, and laying on the ground, or walking in the grass, or standing outside in the ground, and many of the poses and things that we'll do today are all very grounding for our root chakra. And the mantra that you're welcome to employ during our practice today, that is a grounding root chakra safety. I am safe. I am. I'm stable. That kind of a mantra is if you drink a cold glass of water when you're really hot and you say, ah, AH, it's LAM, like LAM. That's the mantra. That's the chant that we could say in our minds or even out loud to help us ground. It's simply a Sanskrit word that is very grounding. That means I am and I am safe. Root chakra. It's also the color red, which we could be tempted to associate with the heart chakra. And yet the heart chakra is green. The root chakra is red. So if you see color through our practice, it might be red. Feeling the ground beneath us, feeling that it is secure. It's holding us, it's supporting us. The ground beneath the foundation of the building that you're in is there. Just feeling that ground like a magnet holding, cradling us securely. And then begin to take some deeper breaths, lengthening out the inhale, lengthening the exhale. Feeling that feeling that groundedness. And as we work on our root chakra today, the things that it will help, can help, bring your knees into your chest and just hug them in, is strengthening our ground, strengthening our root chakra, bringing awareness to it, coming to a place and understanding of where our real security and safety lies will help us clear out of self-sabotage. It will help with money issues because we'll be grounded, we'll be centered, we'll be coming from a place of alignment instead of ah. Also, eating issues, either too much or too little, or too numb, or whatever our eating issues are or may be at times. Getting grounded, getting stable in our root, in our foundation, will clear those up. When we're out of balance, when we're in a state of is when we go into those patterns often. Gently drop your feet to the ground and just pick up the right foot and then the left foot and set them down. And they will naturally set down in alignment with our hips. So our feet, knees, hips all aligned. And then just take your right ankle and cross it over your left. For a little figure 4 stretch, stretching out the hips and the legs. And it might be enough to be right here. If you'd like some more, reach through that little figure 4 to grab that thigh. You can even use your elbow to press this knee away, the right knee away, and start bringing that in toward your chest, even as this right knee is pushing away, just gently. In yoga, sometimes we might desire to be so flexible, and the truth of it is the harder we push and stretch, the more our muscles resist and tighten. So if we're working on flexibility, we're really working on letting go. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all in the sense of letting go of our resistance, our will, our push, our pull, letting it go and letting it be and moving into a new space. You could even play with straightening out that left leg, bringing it in, just finding stretch, and then just gently release both feet back to the floor. And as you do, just lift them each up and set them down. They will set down automatically in alignment, and cross the left ankle over. And just let that settle in. Feeling that ground beneath us, feeling it beneath that foot. And then if you'd like some more, stretch if you're ready to move into another place. Pull that knee. Right knee toward us, left knee pushing away. Breathing into the space, breathing it into expansiveness. What we resist grows. What we try not to see grows until we see it. Maybe if you played with straightening the other side, you might play with straightening this side. You could even flex some points. Whatever is feeling good in this moment, just play with that. And then go ahead and drop that knee, drop the other knee, and lift them both up and set them down in alignment. Take the palms of your hands and just press into that crease right between the hip, where the hip and the leg meet. back comes up off the ground, and just pressing that is a release for the deepest core muscle, the psoas. Oh, and just let it go. When we are in stress, when we're in adrenal fatigue, that psoas muscles is just activated so much. And it may not have time to relax and release. And this is one of those things that will help it just let go. And when you're ready, just pull your knees back in, grabbing on our thighs. And we're just going to gently massage the spine by rocking and rolling several times. Just awakening the spine. All the chakras come on up our spine, up to the crown of our head, from our tailbone, from the root. So waking them up, activating them. And then when you're ready, just come to a seated position right here and begin to just gently circle in one direction. Doesn't matter, whatever direction your body starts circling in. And as we circle, just noticing our tailbone grounding, rooting into the ground. Not a giant circle, just moving, just unwinding. Just letting our body lead our mind. Feeling that root connecting to the ground, to the earth, to Mother Earth. Connecting. And then when you're ready, circle the other direction and unwind this way. And maybe your neck goes with you, maybe your shoulders, whatever unwinding feels like. It helps me to close my eyes so I can just let my body do what it does to unwind. And then sweep your arms up with your inhale. Fingertips touch, and exhale, hands down to heart. And they're going to keep going down to the ground and walking forward into forward fold. Finding breath. Keeping our sit bones still grounded. Stretching, lengthening out. Breathing into any spaces that might feel tight or and then begin walking up. And then swap legs. It will feel different. That's okay. Just feeling that feeling and what the tailbone feels like from this position, settling into the ground. I am safe. Realizing that the space, the house that we have while on earth in our experience right now is in our bodies. This is the house of our soul, of our spirit, and this is our home. This is our space of safety, and that may not be our whole complete experience. We might have trauma relating to that being in our physical body, and yet we get to train our other parts and pieces of ourselves that our home is safety. And with that, we're going to do a cat-cow from this position. So rounding out the spine, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. And with our exhale, and then leading with our heart, lifting the heart, lifting the chin, arching the back, arching the spine with our inhale, and then exhale. Being out of our body is surely not a space of safety. Being in our body, in our physical experience, in the present moment, actually is our space of wholeness and connection. Breathing it in And exhaling, moving with your breath, your space. Something's moving. One more time, moving with your breath. Cat and cow. And then with your next inhale, just coming to neutral spine. And we're just going to walk over our legs into all fours, just aligning. If you pick up your hips and set your knees down, they will automatically align. And then wrists under shoulders, fingers grabbing the mat, spread wide, elbows pointing in toward each other. And then begin to pull the belly button up toward the spine, neutral spine, and pulling it up and under the ribs. And with that, take the leg closest to me, closest to your device, and begin to lengthen it out and just feel your body working the balance, staying rooted. And then when you're ready, the opposite hand comes forward, lengthening out, flexing the foot, opening the fingers, lengthening through the spine, staying rooted, staying grounded, and then bringing awareness to that mula bandha, binding the muscles of the root, and holding, building that foundation, strengthening it. Big inhale to lengthen, and exhale to release it down. Just pick up, lift your hip, and drop each knee gently down. And come into neutral spine, pull the belly button in. Mula bandha, activate those pelvic floor muscles, root chakra muscles, and extend the opposite leg. And just feel your body working the balance. Hands pressed in, knee pressing to the ground. And when you're ready, keep breathing. Opposite hand comes forward, foot flexes and lengthens. Hand reaches, and we're just going to keep breathing. Staying in our space of safety. And with our breath into the ground, big inhale, and exhale to release and take it back into child's pose. Just gently, and lengthen your hands out. You can walk your fingers forward as your hips and tail go away down toward the heels. And then release your elbows and gently hold them with your fingers and hands. This aligns our back and our spine, our forehead, pressing into the ground. Awakening our intuition, our ability to see with more than just our physical eyes, to see. Just breathing, feeling our space of safety, of security, connection, our rooting and grounding into the ground. This is a very grounding position. If you're feeling unstable or in that place of which fear will automatically take us there in a flash. This is a position you can come back to, and with your breath, come back to the space which is our original and eternal and divine and always essential nature, which is love. That is our root. That is our core. That's what we are made of and from and by and through. And breathe that in. And with your next inhale, go ahead and extend your hands. Come up to all fours, tuck toes, and exhale gently into our first down dog of the day. Oh, knees are nice and soft. And even pedal out your knees and just give those hips a little wake up. Oh, nice. And pressing our chest toward our thighs, extending through our side body. Pressing the heels down, and then inhale to look forward and take 2 big steps to our forward fold. And just hold it right here. Legs soft, knees have a nice little bend. Just a forward fold, head relaxed, shoulders hanging. And then inhale to flat back, sending the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold, and then rooting through the feet, pressing up with our inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, and holding it right here. Just letting everything settle in. Just dropping completely into our bodies with our breath into this present moment. Staying with it. Making a conscious choice to stay out of fear, even though today, especially, the collective consciousness may be swirling about with fear and terrifying and unknown and other things, all those things that we acknowledge on election day in the US may be swirling in the collective consciousness. There's also this stream of light and of love and compassion and peace, and we choose which one we are going to connect with and tap into. All the time we choose that. And so today is especially an invitation to ground and to root, to find our space of safety in tapping in to that light and love and adding to that. And whether we believe it or not, one person are adding to that will help it to grow exponentially. It starts with me. Yours starts with you. So with that, we'll just do a half sun salutation. Inhaling up, exhaling down, flat back until we get down here, forward fold. Inhale, tabletop or flat back, heart leads. Exhale, forward fold. You could even grab your ankles and then rooting into the ground. I am Lam, love, safety, inhaling it up and hands to heart. Take a breath cycle here. And with your next inhale, sweeping it up. Inhale. Exhale, diving down. Breathe it out. Let it go. Inhale to flat back tabletop. Heart leads. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, pressing, rooting, grounding all the way up. So feet grounded. Hands reaching up, pulling in the love, choosing which thing we are going to tap into and bring it into our heart, into our experience, into our connection. And if you're noticing yourself flying in and out of that connection, that is completely normal. We had a blue moon, which is super rare, and we had it on Halloween night a few nights ago. And with all the things that are swirling on around us, it's easy to get thrown out. And it's also simply a choice to come back. So with that, inhale, breathe it in. What am I choosing to bring in? Exhale, dive it down. Inhale to flat back, tabletop. Exhale to forward fold and step back with your left foot. There we are. And when that foot is stable, when you feel secure, grounding into that front leg, chest is lifted off the thigh. When you're ready, lift it up with your inhale to crescent lunge. Just feeling that stability and challenging our balance. I'm going to look up, lengthen our spine, and go into a little baby back bend with our inhale, and then exhale, gently sweeping hands down and behind us. And so we're at just a beautiful angle from head to heel. And we'll do that with our breath 2 more times, really working the ground. Inhale and then exhale. Woo, working that front thigh. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Hold it here for a breath in. Stay with it. Stay strong. We can do it. Exhale, hands down. Release those hips. Woo! And then we're going to sweep, inhale into a twist. Nice, strong legs, rooting, grounding, safely holding and supporting us. And if it feels more secure, you might drop that back knee. You might even point that back foot. If that feels more safe or secure to you. Then, challenge for the day is to come from here, walking this foot into side plank on the edge of our balance on this back foot. And even if it's available, more balance, lifting up with the hips, opening up, challenging our balance, whatever that looks like. Woo! And then bringing that foot back. Nice job. We're gonna just plant our hands and kick back into 3-legged dog and release that leg. Woo, nice work. You can bend the knee, let it flop. And then just come, big toes together into down dog, big inhale in. And then open your mouth and let it out. Wow. One more time, big inhale. Exhale. Wow. Inhale as we lift up our left foot and step forward. There it is. And really get this foundation secure. Really planting through the ground. And when you're ready, come up to crescent lunge, setting our foundation, finding our breath, finding strength in our legs, and then inhale to a little back bend, lengthening out that lower back, and then exhale forward. 2 more times, really grounding through the legs. Inhale, exhale. One more time, breathe it up, and exhale down, and hold it here for a breath cycle in, staying with it. Breathing, exhale, plant the right hand, sweep it up into a twist. And again, if this feels more secure, this is available. This might be just the right thing for today. And it might be different on each side. So from this twist, we're going to really plant the hand that's down and start coming onto the edge of that extended foot. And walk this one to where we can be on our side. And then if it's available, working balance, lifting hips. Balanced hip. It's tempting to send this back leg back more than we would think. Whew, there I go. Ideally, it will be in our peripheral vision. And that's probably a little more forward than we would think. Anyway, from there, just drop the hand down and exhale into down dog. There we are. Extend the back, find that space, lengthen the legs, pressing the heels down toward the earth, grounding, finding the mula bandha, the bind, the support, the foundation of those pelvic floor muscles, activating them, our root. Inhale to drop the knees, exhale to child's pose. Take your hands down by your sides or even between your heels and release. Forehead on the ground. Big inhale, exhale, Lam. Big inhale one more time, Lam. Finding breath. Finding our space of safety. I am safe. And then with your next inhale, come to all fours, tuck the toes, scroll into down dog. Look to your hands as we inhale, and then exhale, hop to your hands. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, grounding into the ground, choosing what we are tapping into and bringing it into our heart, closing our eyes, coming into that space of love, of safety, of connection, of choosing and choosing again and choosing again. Nice. From here, another really grounding practice is tree pose. So we could be on our toe or calf below the knee or thigh above the knee. We're just avoiding the knee. Finding your tree and then just pushing the edge of comfort with what we do with our hands or our gaze. Looking up challenges that. Twisting with our arms or bringing them up, just challenging them. What's challenging for you today? In my world, the wind is blowing. Coming back to breath. Nice. And then from this tree, you're just going to step back into crescent again. Big inhale to lengthen and maybe take our gaze up and take a little baby back bend. Exhale into twist. So opposite hand and knee are forward. Big inhale up. Exhale to plant that heel. Come into warrior two. And then plant the hand in front of the foot right here. Beautiful. Opening the heart, opening the hip. Inhale. Exhale to plant the hands. And then inhale to step the feet together. Come into flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, grounding in, choosing what we are bringing in. And only what we are choosing, we bring it into our heart. And then we'll do tree on the other side. And this may feel completely different, setting our gaze, finding our breath, moving our weight, balance into the other foot, and just choosing where to rest your foot this time. Again, being mindful that the hips, keeping them parallel is key. Beautiful. Beautiful. Finding breath, finding our ground, staying in our bodies, our space of safety. And just noticing if anything comes up and letting it be, not trying to challenge it, not trying to understand it, just noticing. And then from here, we'll step back into crescent lunge. Big inhale. Maybe we look up to a little back bend and then exhale into a twist. Twisting from the lower spine, pulling the belly in, finding that mula bandha, activating the root. And then inhale up. Exhale to plant the heel. Warrior two, drop the shoulders, relax. Inhale and then exhale. Same hand, same foot, right next to each other, opening up the heart, lengthening the spine. Big inhale. Exhale to frame our foot. Inhale to plank. Exhale all the way down to the floor. And inhale 2 times. Up to cobra. Moving with your breath. Inhale up. And exhale down. Keeping our toes pressed into the ground. Grab your hands at the base of your spine, root chakra right here. And then inhale to open and lift. And if it's available, you can even lift the toes, lift the heart, lengthening the spine, opening up, finding breath. Root chakra completely activated right now. Big inhale and exhale to release. Just rest your cheek on your palm. Just feeling that ground, feeling supported. Beautiful. All right. With our hands under our shoulders, we'll inhale to all fours, and then we're just going to walk it through to seated, whatever that looks like. It may or may not be graceful. It doesn't matter. Again, lifting our left and then our right foot and planting it down, they will just automatically align with our knees and hips. And we're going to lift into this tabletop. Fingertips toward your hips or away from your hips, whatever feels good to you. We're just going to start lifting up, opening our shoulders, feet, bringing our awareness to our feet, pressing into the ground, lifting our heart, lifting our hips. And then we're going to come up again. As you come down, option to tap your hips, or if I come up on my fists, I can come back. And then back into tabletop. And then invitation this next time to scoot your hips all the way back, all the way back, all the way back to seated. Good work. Big inhale, sweep it up. What are we choosing to bring in? And bring it in. Exhale. And walk it out. Forward fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine, flatten your back. Exhale to go deep. Grabbing our feet if possible, or even your toe, something to remind us of our root. At our core, at our roots, what we are grounding into is love. What we are connecting to is love, and it's already there. We've just been really trained to tap into fear because we live in a world of so much of it, and love is there. It's always been there. It always will be available. And we choose. Just lay down. And that's not to say we aren't acted upon. There are swirling winds of lots of yuck and lots of the opposite swirling around. And as we can stay rooted and grounded, as we can connect to light, to our source, it will grow. It will start in us, and it will touch everyone around us, and it will add to the universal consciousness of that. Every bit is more than we think. And a really great place for me to start with me is at my root chakra, that space of safety and feeling safe and grounded. So with that, we'll just breathe and let it go as we inhale. Inhale that nurturing love and light. And exhale in your mind and with your lips closed, Lam, Lam. Inhale to nurture every cell. Exhale, Lam. Feeling the earth like a magnet just holding us. Inhaling and exhale, Lam, each time. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, just gently, gently, slowly roll onto your left side, supporting our face with our hands. Still feeling that grounded and rootedness of our first chakra, the color red. Safety, security, stability, our foundation, our roots, planting firmly on the ground, on the rock. And feeling that as you come into seated position, just feel your tailbone, our root chakra, Muladhara, and then our Mula Bandha, those muscles that engage our root. Feeling those and feeling secure. And also one last tool for the day. If you find it's challenging that the winds that are swirling or that we've allowed ourselves to react instead of act, if we've gone into fear or judgment, a really fast way back into love is gratitude. Gratitude for that hard thing that we just experienced. Gratitude for the very thing we're afraid of. Gratitude for the worst or the ugliest or the most difficult in our experience in that moment. If we can give gratitude for it, it will lose its power and we will come back right into love. So with the invitation to stay, to work to become more grounded, more rooted, more stable, more able to be in connection, and with the tool of gratitude. I give gratitude for you being here today. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. And I will see you Friday. Namaste.